Guys, today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 3 game changers that I experienced this year. 3 game changers for me this year. Now, I'm not one to have game changer videos every month. You know the ones, game changer, game changer, game changer. How much can your game be changing? Not too much. I think I've done a couple, and they were actually about makeup techniques. These were game changers for me this year. They changed me. They changed how I think about things, including and especially myself, and they're all beauty related. So let's get into it. If you want to see deeper videos on any of these, well, on 2 of these, do let me know. Let's get into it and I'll explain. Number 1, the Dyson. I have spoken about this. It is a game changer. It's changed my life. But let me just tell you a little bit about my hair. I have a massive amount of hair. I used to have a massive amount of hair. I have a lot less hair than I used to have, but I still have probably more hair than your average person. I hate washing it because it takes forever, and I hate drying it because it literally takes forever. It was very typical of me to do a rough dry and then take a break because I was starting to sweat. And then I might do half my head and take a break. And then I would do the other half of my head and take a break. I use my T3, and I had 4 round brushes that are probably 15 years old that were about $50 each at the time. They're probably closer to $100 now. Sometimes I would do 1, 2, 3. And then as this was dried, I take this round brush and then I do this. And then I take this round brush and do this. I mean, it was so much work. And what was so frustrating was oftentimes when I was done, I think, okay, I got it. And 20 minutes later, it was a little bit of a frizz bomb. It didn't look the same. You know, whenever I get my hair cut, and, you know, obviously I get a blowout, I am so thrilled, so confident. I'm walking on a cloud. I always think I should have planned something to meet a friend, have some lunch, just to show off my beautiful crown of glory, because it's not going to last. And I won't get it again for 3 months or whenever I get my hair cut again. The Dyson kind of changed that. The Dyson changed that in a couple of ways. 1, less time to dry my hair. 2, I can consistently get the style I want. Where before, I would try one technique. If I found something that I really liked, the next week I try it again, I wouldn't get the same effect. It's very, very frustrating. With this, I really don't have that problem. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I haven't seen other people talk about this product. I want to show you a couple of tricks that might be game changers for you if you have one. This is how I blow dry. But the air comes out on this, and that's how you can kind of get frizz. I prefer to go under for a couple of reasons. 1, I have found if your roots are wet, it doesn't matter how beautiful your blowout is, it's not going to last, and it will be one of those 20-minute things. You have to get the root dry. And I find when I do this, I'm not getting to the root. So I like to go under to get my root, but then the hair flies out. Paddle brush, let me show you. Boom. So that's excellent. Sometimes I'll have it right on top like this, sometimes before, sometimes after the bristles, but that helps to give me something smooth when I'm going from under. So that's a trick. And here's another trick, you guys. Let me change my attachments here. We've all seen, and I did for a couple of months until just last week I figured something out. Use the barrel and, you know, do the curl like that, right? And it's a pretty look. It's a beautiful look. It's slightly old-fashioned to me, slightly old-fashioned. And I thought I wish I could get the same look that I get with my round brushes with this, and I figured out how to do it. It's so simple, but I haven't seen anybody do this. So I'm taking big hunks of hair, so I'm wrapping my hair around it. If you do smaller hunks, then the hair will just kind of find its way. But let me pull back so I can show you. This is the kind of blowout that I used to get with my round brush, and now I can get it consistently and frankly super fast. And even though this is a blow dryer, I use it on dry hair all the time. If I want to change things up, or if I've had my hair in a bun or I've gotten a little sweaty. Look at that. And then this is the straight style that I did a few days ago. Really easy, really quick, really changed my life. I'm going to do the other side and then we'll carry on with my next two. Okay, not even, never is, and I did it really quick, but this has changed my life. It's changed my confidence. I'm not putting my hair in a bun as much as I used to. I mean, still in the summer because I do feel like I'm wearing a fur coat, but I am just delighted with this dryer. I am so glad that I got it, and it changed my life. It really, really did. It just, I can't tell you how great it is to know that I can get a style that I like consistently, and I can like my hair consistently. It's really huge, especially since I've had such a battle with my hair my whole life. Yes, I got a lot. It's straight, it's this, it's that, but it still makes me crazy. I think everybody has a love-hate relationship with their hair, and this just changed it. Here's something else hair-related, my eyebrows. So, I really never had a problem with my eyebrows. I was a huge plucker. I had the very, very thin eyebrow when I was a teenager. I was really into shape, and eyebrows have always been my thing. I always had a mirror in my living room, you know, kind of tucked away and hidden, and I would just tweeze my eyebrows while watching TV. And I stopped tweezing because as you get older, your eyebrows actually kind of thin out. I liked my shape, but I found that I really didn't want my arch anymore that I had worked so hard for. It never occurred to me when I was younger that if I want an arch to actually just pencil right up here rather than pluck from under here, and I like it better when it's filled in a little bit. So at the last sale in the summer at Nordstrom's, I got the New Brow. It was a special. These are $80 and it was two for $80. And I use this every night. And it took a while. It wasn't like I was seeing a difference, and then one day I'm like, wow, my brows are really dark. I don't think these darkened up my eyebrows. I feel that while my shape was fine, it just wasn't a shape I wanted anymore. There was a sparse look to my eyebrows, which, by the way, there was a time when I was growing up, or maybe I was grown already, where that was a very specific look that I kind of wanted to do. And I would try to tweeze a couple of brows within my eyebrow to give it that thinned out sparse look. Very, very dangerous, because if you get the wrong hair, you'll look like you have a bald spot. And I had acquired that naturally as I aged, but a lot of things change as you age, and it's not really desirable. I look at my thumbnails from videos maybe 5 months ago and look at them now, and I think, wow. Now, you may have seen a video, and I don't remember which one it was, where I was using this mirror, which is a 10X, and I was doing a blend, and I thought, oh my God, look at all those hairs. Little mini hairs all over the place. I feel like what it gave me was less sparse within the body. I see a lot of hairs growing in here. Maybe my arch has filled out a little bit, but I still do pencil in that arch area. But when I look at these pictures, I think this look is so much more youthful. Also, if you are a sagger like I am, the lower part of your face gets heavier, and you need to balance that out. So while that sparse look might not be bad for someone in their teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, but once things start falling down, having a brow that is a little bit darker, I have a hair stuck to my forehead, and a little bit thicker, I feel it's much, much more youthful. I feel that my face looks like it has a better balance to it, and I feel like it's a much, much more youthful look, and this changed my life. And yes, you could do it with a pencil, but honestly, I don't think pencils look that natural. I've seen tons of videos, I'm sure you too have seen many, many videos of people who spend 15 minutes on their brows and they use the pens with the strokes. I've tried them. They just kind of bleed and get mushy looking, or I can't get anything out of them. Believe me, I've tried it all. This is what I love. It actually, it's not like using the things that have particles in them that stick to your brows and make them look thicker. They actually are thicker. I am just amazed with this product, and it is a game changer for me, and that is the new brow. The last thing that has changed my life recently is Sakara. So I can't really show you. These are some of the things that I got when I ordered Sakara. Sakara is a delivery service, a food delivery service, and it is organic and vegan. I'm not a vegan. I have no desire to become a vegan. I like my flesh, but I have to say, I don't like it every day, 3 times a day or 2 times a day or even every day. I can go a couple of days. I prefer chick to fishin'. I find that chicken to fish. Oh my God. I prefer chicken and fish over red meat. Ooh, and I like a pork chop once in a while. And I make an amazing pork chop with beet greens, which I first parboil and then I saute in the drippings of the pork chop. I've done Sakara 3 separate occasions, and tomorrow I'm starting my 4th one. They have several programs. They have their original basic program and then others like metabolism or detox. But my understanding is the meals are exactly the same. It's the supplements that are different for those programs, and maybe a couple of snacks are different. And then there's the detox. And then they have a wedding thing. You can order 10 days, 20 days, 5 days, 2 days, 3 days. And you can decide, do you want breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Do you just want lunch and dinner? Do you want breakfast and dinner, breakfast and lunch, or just one meal a day for 5 days, 2 days, or 3 days? You can totally customize it. I am going to do a video in January if you want me to. If you do, let me know down below, and I will tell you about my experience, what I ordered, what I would do different, all that kind of stuff. But it does have all the protein that you need, largely through beans. So if you do this, I would recommend getting some Beano. I got to go to CVS today to get some because I was a little bloated and uncomfortable. But I did the basic program for 5 days, and then I had 2 days off, and then I did the detox program. Then I had a week off, and then I did the detox program again. The detox program, I really do recommend, unless you're a very clean eater, to do the first week in front of it before you go into detox, because it is hard. I cheated just a little on both of them, and tomorrow I'm going to start the regular program again. What I was looking to do with this program is 1, lose weight. I don't have a scale, but I got a mirror, and I think I've lost easily 10 pounds, maybe 12 pounds. 2, I wanted to really nourish my body with food rather than think of food as a delight to my mouth. And honestly, many of the meals are a delight to my mouth. Several of them are just fantastic. The menus change from week to week, so we'll see what I'm going to get next week. But for the first time, fantastic. The detox is the same every time you order it. The sauces are so interesting, and it takes all these flavorful and important foods that really flood your body with nutrition and makes them a little bit more interesting. And I wanted to get ideas for how can I segue into something for my life that is more nutritive than the way I have been eating for a long, long time. And the reason I'm doing it again starting tomorrow is that I'm been on a really concerning popcorn binge, which in and of itself is not concerning. Calorie-wise, I'm fine, but I'm not getting my vegetables in, I'm not getting my leafy greens. I force myself to eat a little protein because I'm like, wow, I ate nothing but popcorn today, I need to get something else. And I thought, you know what, time to do another week to get back into this. And it's just been It's a journey. It's not like with the new brow or with the Dyson. It's something I have to keep on probably reining myself back and learning more and getting ideas, so it's not difficult for me to put together beautiful meals that really flood my blood with nutrients. But I feel like I'm getting there, and I'm really, really grateful for it, and I have good feelings for the coming year. I feel like this might be, no, this is going to be the year, and hopefully it'll be more like 4 or 5 months. It won't take me a year to really, by rote, buy those kinds of foods, pull those kinds of foods, know the recipes for interesting dressings that are also nutritive at the same time, and wholesome and good for you, and be a part of your health and weight loss. So I'm just really, really excited about that, and it has been a game changer. Anyway, I know I'm yammering on. I guess it's because I'm just so excited about this. So really, it's hair, it's eyebrows, and it's body and health that really big game changers for me this year. And yeah, give me your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. And until the next video, I'm wishing you good health.